Bum, bum, bum. Okay, yeah. So YouTube, I want to talk YouTube for a bit. So I guess I started my channel 2-ish years ago, I think. Double T Game Hustle, and you have your channel Echoes that you have had for a long time at this point. And it used to be like League of Legends growing up. I remember that, and posting some other stuff. Where are you at now with YouTube? Maybe what are your plans with YouTube? I know you're kind of like you take some breaks and then you come back. You've recently came back and made some more content. But where are you at? I'm just curious.
Man, YouTube is one of those things where it's like I want to upload more videos,
Mm-hmm.
but life gets in the way. And I know
Yeah.
you have experienced it as well, so your hustle with your channel is awesome. Like whenever you post like a short or like a video and like you're also managing like all these other channels and stuff like that. I'm like,
Yeah.
this guy is busy, and especially like with your job, like you work long, hard hours,
Yeah.
and you're still able to pull out this content, which is crazy. Where my life is very hectic, where I'm working, but I'm doing a lot more social aspects, which is
Yep.
good for me to do, but it's kind of gone in the way of what I want to do with my YouTube channel. Where, and like you said, YouTube started for me with League of Legends content.
Mm-hmm.
Because back when we were in high school, where, like you said, like our friends got into PC gaming, League of Legends was the first thing that really got my spark into YouTube and PC gaming in general. So I just was like, you know what? I'll just start recording, like see what pops up,
Yeah.
and that actually sparked my love for editing as well. Um, Eventually, like I played around with the idea to make other content where it was easy to record gameplays because I was just with talking with my friends and playing League of Legends where like it's a 45-minute game. Like you'll have some fun clips going in once in a while. But then I started getting to the point recently where I really like just talking about video game topics or like a video
Mm-hmm.
game that recently came out. And that's where I
Yeah.
kind of want the channel to go if I have time for it. Where I posted a video recently just giving an update on what I thought about a few things, and I remembered my next plan to make a video on was Resident Evil Requiem
Mm-hmm.
because that game blew me out of the water. I didn't expect it to be that good,
Yeah.
and I immediately was like, I could make a video on it, but I just didn't have time. So where I am at now is I still like the idea to talk about gaming topics like such as like how the market is right now with like the PS5 raising up to the PS5 Pro going up to $900.
Yeah.
That's insane. I wanted to make a video about that or talking about the Switch 2's first year life cycle
Mm-hmm.
because I love my Switch 2, but I'm not playing Switch 2 games, so it's kind of funny where
Yeah.
the Switch 2 is as a new console. So I really wanted to talk about my opinion on that, where it's a love-hate relationship where I'm so curious where Nintendo's going to go with this Switch because I feel like they're being more laid back and all of us are still wondering what are the game prices going to be after Mario Kart World being $80.
Yep.
Um, so it's like those videos I want to eventually make. It's just more of me. Hey, I need to not procrastinate, and I need to sit down and record a video.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, is where I'm at. So,
Yeah.
but with yeah,
It's definitely like it's hard. I'll say that. Like it's hard, and I'm like I try to be as consistent as I can. I like at least minimum try and post like one video a week. But a lot of times, like this weekend, like I have a video coming out in like an hour, uh, and I just recorded that late last night. I just maybe have 1 or 2 nights a week that I even will have time to have an idea, record it. I mean, and if I'm playing a game, like that means setting up everything for the console, setting up my streaming, OBS, all that, and then editing the video, doing the thumbnail, all that stuff. Some people are super quick at it. I'm not the best at that side of things, so it takes me a little bit sometimes. The editing, my videos are fairly straightforward. No crazy edits, so doesn't take me like hours to edit them. Usually an hour max. Usually I can get a video edited, which isn't too bad considering some people it's like half a day, a full day thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's definitely hard, man. It's a freaking grind, especially I have multiple channels, and so it's really a grind to do it. But I like have a passion for it, and then I also like have a drive to like take these brands somewhere, like to where I can start make something of it. It's definitely like a goal of mine. So it's super hard though, especially working like a long shift and then trying to like think of a short idea or content and then finding the time to actually do it. I might get home late. I still gotta cook dinner. Like it's very hard. Juggling, going to the gym, all this stuff. You know how hard that is. So it's definitely hard. And I would say try not to put too much pressure on yourself to like oh, I need to stick to this schedule, whatever. That's why I, even though I post one video a week, I usually never say like, oh, I'm gonna have a video every Thursday at 5 or whatever. I don't have like a strict schedule. I used to try that. I used to have like on one of my channels, I think I would say it wasn't on Double T, it was on one of my other ones, but I would say like, oh, a new video every Tuesday and Thursday, and that was like fine and sustainable for like a couple months. I want to say I did it, and then after that, life just got in the way, and it just wasn't sustainable anymore. So I didn't want to make promises like that to my audience, just saying like, hey, I'm gonna try and do this as much as I can. So whenever I get the free time, that's when I'm gonna do it. And then also sometimes I even have trouble coming up with ideas, with content ideas, especially for short form content. I feel like short form is huge right now in terms of like getting an audience's attention and then like trying to uh, navigate them to your YouTube channel from like TikTok or YouTube Shorts, even just trying to get them to subscribe, that kind of thing. That's more like the business side of it, but uh, it's definitely
No, I'm
hard to
with
come
you,
up.
man.
Yeah, it's hard to come up with
Yeah.
content ideas, and people like think, oh, gaming is like an easy thing. It's an easy topic. I've heard like other creators say that, and I've heard like on podcasts and stuff. It is like I don't think there's any topic or any genre that is easy to like consistently make content for. And like being a content creator is I wouldn't even call myself that because I don't make money from any of this stuff, but I'm trying. I'm getting there. I think. I hope. But it's not
Yeah.
easy whatsoever.
Yeah, I get it, man. Like I also have. It's funny you mentioned like gym. So it's like one of my other contents is I made like a fitness Instagram account, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
also had that same mentality where I didn't promise this, but to myself, I was like, I'm gonna post every single day one
Yeah.
reel or one TikTok or
You've been
something like
crazy
that.
consistent with that. You've been crazy
Yeah,
consistent.
I was on a big roll until like 3 weeks ago where I hit a creative dip where I was like,
Yeah.
I just don't know what to post anymore. And it got to the point where it was overwhelming. Like, I was like, oh, I gotta post today, I gotta post today. Because,
Yep.
like, Instagram and TikTok is very much of the more content you push, the more viewership you're most likely gonna get.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, it doesn't take like like one video, it takes three, and you gotta hope one strikes the algorithm.
Yep.
Is what I've really noticed. So even with like YouTube Shorts and like, it's harder for that too because like it's exactly what you said where like there's so much content on YouTube where it's shorts, actual videos, and you also have to have that kind of content where it's like, oh, you gotta grab their attention and then you have to keep it entertaining enough through the rest of the reel for them to be like, oh, let me click this. Let me check out this guy's channel. It's
Yeah.
a lot more difficult when it comes to that nowadays, especially with how often people doom scroll, where it's like, oh, how
Yes.
fast they will
Yep.
scroll to the next video. So it's like you really got to grab it,
Yeah.
and it's definitely a business strategy. I would say where it's like if
Mm-hmm.
you really want to grow, you gotta be on top of like what your first second's gonna be, and even like when you post is
Yep.
huge. Like I've
Yeah.
noticed there's sometimes I'll post in the mornings and I'll get nothing, but if I post like in the afternoon, that's where it'll pop off. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's weird, but that's kind of like uh, YouTube is very interesting mind game, but also there's so much content like you said for gaming, like it's easy but at the same time, you got to have a good personality and good editing to stand out to build that audience. Because
Yeah.
let's be real, there's so many people trying to be out there, like on Twitch, YouTube, just trying to be a personality where
Mm-hmm.
it's hard for
Yeah.
sure.
Extremely hard. And like you mentioned, like in today's day and age, the attention span of people is like 1 millisecond. So like
Hmm.
if you don't have that short form content, like if you're posting a TikTok or a reel or whatever, and you don't have that hook, they're most likely just scrolling, and that's the hard part for me. And I try to not like let the current algorithms and current trends like dictate exactly how I'm gonna post. Of course, it does help a lot. Like if you're hopping on a trend and stuff like that. I'm not saying I never do that, but I try and be like as transparent and like true to myself as I can. And a lot of times, to be honest, that means getting lower views, which can really suck. Like whether that's short form or long form content, like it might not be like the most uh it might not keep your attention 100% of the time, but it's if that's how I want to make the video and that's like me being myself, then that's how I'm going to do it. And that might mean lower viewership, which kind of sucks at times, but it's going to mean that the people that do watch are like people that actually want to see your stuff and appreciate your content. So that's what it's kind of a double-edged sword when you look at it, because it's like you
Yeah.
want to grow at the same time, but I'm also trying to stay grounded in like not just becoming, oh, let me use AI and help me make all these crazy videos that I really don't have a passion to make, that's I'm just trying to get views. I never want to get to that space, because then it's going to really just feel like another job. And I actually really enjoy content creation, so I'm trying to, stay true to myself in that.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And like, yeah, you gotta stick with yourself, because like at the end of the day, like, you gotta be proud of your content, right? So it's like if
Yep,
you're just like, hey, like I'm trying to get viewership, but if you're not proud of it, you're not gonna stick with it. And
100%.
I remember one of my most infamous things I ever did, and this was when I was being dumb and being a kid, was I remember buying subscribers. And I posted a
Mm.
video about that saying, hey, I bought subscribers and it was not worth it. And I eventually, what I did was I actually regretted it so much. Where I went through all the subscribers that I bought, like actually on YouTube, and I made them like I blocked them. So like, I
Mm.
got back to my accurate subscribers, and that took I think 2 or 3 days just to do. But I
Dang.
regretted it so much. But it's but I thought, hey, the number will look good and grow my channel, where it absolutely did not.
Yeah.
But you definitely keep to your brand. And then like even like years ago, like someone actually just reached out to me on the League of Legends client, because I'll still play team fight tactics with our friends.
Yep.
And someone reached out to me saying, hey, like, are you gonna post a video? I still watch your videos from 10 years ago. And I
Mm.
laugh at them to this day, and that made my day. And so hopefully soon,
That's sick.
like I feel like that'll happen with you too, where he's like, man, like I'm glad that someone enjoyed my authentic self kind of deal.
Yeah.
But it's very important. I'm glad you're sticking to that mentality too, not trying to just find numbers and everything like that.
Yeah. Trying to the most I can. But yeah, that is like getting comments like that is like the most rewarding thing, and the best thing is like you have those supporters that you've been seeing consistently over time, month to month, year to year, however long you've been on whatever medium you're posting on. Like YouTube for me, I've only been on it for 2 years, but there's some subscribers that I have from like real early on, and I think right now I'm at like 600 something, and I have some that are like sub 100, 200 that are still watching like every video and still comment pretty consistently. And that's always pretty cool. And they're always like, I look forward to every video you post and stuff. I'm like, dang. So that person, and I make all kinds of different content. I'll make like, like collecting videos, just random gameplays, game reviews of games that I've played, pickup videos, all that kind of stuff. And so they'll be commenting on every different type of genre of video that I make, which I think is pretty sick. So that means that they just actually like watching me, which that's is like the biggest compliment I feel like. And that's like that's what makes you keep going. I feel like as a creator.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. Now, let's see. We're about 36 minutes in, but I want to go. I want to go over one more topic. and then I'll see if you have any topics or questions or anything you wanna mention. But as in terms of collecting, you mentioned that you're working on your Switch collection, and you have a Switch 2 as well. Um, is that pretty much solely what you're focusing on in terms of collecting right now? Are you actively collecting, or are you just picking up Switch games that you maybe missed from the Switch 1 generation, or you're, picking up every new Switch 2 game? Where are you at, like, with collecting?
Yeah, I think right now what I'm doing is mainly focused on Switch. Where if I see some other things that I like will catch my eye, like I'll look for it. Like I remember when we went to the gaming expo. I forget what it's called on top of my head. Classic Game Fest.
Yeah, classic Game
Um,
Fest.
we went there, and then like I was looking for like anything Metroid, and that didn't matter whether it was like GBA, DS, anything like
Yeah.
that. So like if there's events that I'll go to, I'll look for other things like that. Where that's when I'll really start looking. But right now I'm really focused on Switch, where I recently picked up mostly all the Mario games I wanted to buy and play eventually. Like my last Mario game, I finally picked up Galaxy 1 and 2, which
Heck yeah.
I really honestly didn't want to buy because I'm mad at Nintendo about that. But, but
Yeah.
just because I was one of those people that bought the All Star collection, so I already had Galaxy.
Yeah.
But to get the upgrades for Nintendo Switch 2, I had to buy that version of the game to get it. So anyway, that's a whole different thing. But I bought anything that I really wanted to make sure I had a physical media for. Where essentially I just repurchased Smash Bros because I bought that when it came out digitally. And I
Yep.
just repurchased it just to have it physically, just in case. Because
Hmm.
I'm one of those people that I'm like, I want to physically own it at this point,
Yeah.
knowing where the game market's gonna most likely go to, where it's all gonna be digital, which will suck. I feel like that'll be near the in next coming years. I think in 2 generations we'll probably get to that point. And then I got to the point where I'm buying any Switch games that I know I want physically, that I know that I'll like, or I think that I'll like.
Yeah.
So recently I bought that. It's actually coming in the mail on Monday. I bought Cult of the Lamb
Okay.
and Shovel Knight physically. Where
Nice.
I actually saw on GameStop's website where Cult of the Lamb was only $18 for the physical. So like
Nice.
I'm looking for deals, and I'm like, okay, that game would be something I heard like everyone really liked, probably something I'll like. Um, so I'll go out and try to be like, hey, what games did I miss that I can get on physical? And
Yeah.
I think anything else that I'm trying to get are like games that I know have a physical copy that I have on PC already. So I think one of them I bought that I'm playing recently is Slay the Spire, where Slay the Spire 2 just recently went into early access on Steam, and I have that game on on PC. But once I saw there was a physical copy for Switch, I wanted to pick it up and play it through there. And that game's actually been fun playing on my Switch 2, just wherever I go, whether I'm sitting at my desk or being lazy, laying in bed, watching a show or something, I can
Yeah.
just play that game in my hands. And I
Heck
think
yeah.
having that option of mobility is also adding to it. Um,
Yep.
that's so yeah. That's where I'm mainly focused on right now. Just any games that I want to keep that I know I'll like. So like I know the next one I'll probably pick up is Enter the Gungeon. I'm big
Mm.
into roguelikes. Um, and I just saw that physical copy is still out there for like $20. So I may pick that one up soon. But
Nice.
the the Switch is definitely my main focus currently.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah. Galaxy 1 and 2. That one's definitely on my list because they're games that I haven't played, or I haven't, I should say, beat them. I've played like levels here and there at that friend's house growing up, but I don't think I've ever played them from start to finish. And I definitely want to play them. I also really need to get to see the movie, the Mario Galaxy movie. I want to go see it. I don't, have you seen it yet?
No,
Okay.
but here's the thing about me is you already know this. I'm a big movie guy, and I'm
Yeah.
very aligned with the critics.
Yep.
So knowing, like, I still haven't seen the first one. Like, I think we watched it a little bit at our other friend's house, like after we helped him move in,
Yep.
and I remembered like watching the first part of it, and both of us were like, "This is not fine. Like, this is not good
Yeah.
whatsoever." So I never wanted to watch it again, but the only thing that piqued my interest was when they announced that Fox McCloud
Mm-hmm.
was in the movie. And I'm a big Star Fox fan, so I was like, oh my god, all right, now I need to see this movie. But
Yeah.
eventually, it led me to waiting for YouTube Shorts for someone to record it on their camera, and then I got to watch it. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know if I'll wait to see if it pops up on Netflix. But
Yeah. I'm sure before
yeah,
too long it'll pop up on something. I think the Mario movie came on like HBO or Paramount or something like that not too long, or like
hmm
not too long after it came out. So I'm sure we could find it on something before too long.
yeah,
Knowing that it's a Mario movie, like I doubt it's gonna just be in theaters and it's never gonna be shown anywhere else before too
yeah.
long. That one's interesting though. I've heard very mixed reviews. When it comes to like serious critics, I don't think the reviews are great. When it comes to Nintendo fans, some people really like it, but there's some Nintendo fans I feel like they gobble up anything. It doesn't matter what medium it is, if it's video games or movies that Nintendo is involved in. It doesn't matter. They love it, and so I'm like, it's hard to trust that as well. So it's like I want to see it and get my thoughts for it, but I kind of want to play the games first. So maybe that's what
Yeah,
I'll do.
that was my original plan. That was the reason why I bought them, was I
Yeah,
wanted to play the games before jumping into it. And then I'm actually kind of glad I didn't stress and do that, because I heard there's not that much Mario Galaxy in the movie, which is
yeah,
very interesting to hear. So I was like, okay, I'm kind of glad that I didn't do that.
yeah.
But like, I would wait to see if you can get a deal on it, because I spent like market price $70 for those games,
Hmm.
and I don't know. I still think it's kind of pricey for how old these games are to
Yeah, and
to have a
that's
$70 price point.
that's kind of why I haven't picked it up yet. It's one that I've wanted to buy, and I haven't seen it on sale yet. I think honestly, like if I see it around the 50 range, I think that I would probably pick it up, or even 40 would be like ideal for me. But 40-50 bucks, I'm like, okay, I think I could swing that. But I don't really feel like paying 70 for that dual pack, even though I think that they're great games. But yeah, I just remakes of games that came out that long ago, and I don't know. I don't want to pay full price for them. But
Yeah.
um, aside from that, man, it's been a fun convo. Any topics or questions you have for me, or anything else you want to bring up before we get out of here? It's been like about 45 minutes almost, which is crazy. Went by pretty fast. Yeah, but it looks like we can call that episode here. It sounds like this might be a multi-part, multi-episode, whatever this is. I don't even know what this is going to be. We'll figure that out after. But podcast slash just multi-video, multi-part series of Double T and Echoes. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I really enjoyed it. I appreciate you coming on here and giving your time, and it's always fun just like talking about old gaming memories and stuff like that. And I feel like we went over a lot of stuff, but there can definitely be some topics where we go like more in depth. I feel like in the future, whether that's in terms of memories or in terms of like current state of gaming type of videos, we could go on like top tens of favorite games for each of us, like those type of videos. There's so many different ideas that could probably be done, and I think those would be really fun to record as well. So, um,
Yeah. If you're still watching, viewers, let us know in the comments if you want to see more of this, and your
100%.
possible topic ideas, like, and how you prefer this kind of content. Probably help him Double T out, and he'll probably get, if you like my content, I'm more than happy to jump on here too and talk about it. Just let us know.
Yeah, definitely let us know down below if you guys want to see more of this kind of content from us. If you guys want to see Echoes on the channel more often, I'd love to have him on more. So you guys definitely let me know, and I'll have his channel linked in the description below as well. So you guys go check out his channel. He makes awesome content, and like you said, it might not be every week, every month, but whenever he makes content, whenever he makes videos, I always make sure to watch it. It's always very entertaining. So definitely go check him out. But yeah, appreciate you guys for watching, and I hope you guys are doing great. Let me know also what games you guys are currently playing. You guys kind of know what we're playing right now, so I'd love to know what y'all are playing. But yeah, hope you guys have a good one, and look forward to more episodes of this in the future. but I appreciate it. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.